Hello guys. Hi. I'm just gonna check so you can hear me, alright? Hang on. Yes, it looks like you can hear me. Hi guys. How are you doing? So, I would like to hang on. I had so I could hear myself. Hi Fabian. Hi Figure Christ. Hi Bumpers. I would like to start this stream off with a group healing, so I would like your help in this, if you feel like it. Are you up for it? No matter if you work with energy or not, we are all part of energy, as we know. And I would love you to help me out with this group healing. How this is going to work is that I will guide you through it. Don't you worry, it will not be a difficult thing to do. And it's just there is an individual who's in our community who wishes to be anonymous, but who I would love to send some special healing to. And so I would love you to work with me in this. How it will work is that I will try to work our combined energies into this lapis lazuli, and then I will send it over to this healing stone that I have, that I use for distance healing, in which I refer to the individual's frequency. Does that feel okay? I'm not sure. Are we live? Are we okay? I can't quite see if anyone is here or not. Oh, there, Grace, you're here. Beautiful. Oh, isn't it beautiful? The last lights. So beautiful. Okay. So I'm gonna guide you through it, and we're just gonna send this off. Okay? We're gonna do it under the duration of a track. I hope you can hear the music all right. Let me know if you want me to just turn it up a bit. But I think that it's fine. I will turn it up as we go along a little bit, but not too much. It looks okay. Okay. So I will lead you through it, and then we will use a track of a song to work. Okay. So whoever feels like joining, just take a deep breath. Close your eyes or keep them open, depending on what feels right for you. Put yourself in a comfortable position and just breathe. Inhale, exhale. Now for you who work with energy, I want you to, at your own comfortable pace, go into your room of energy work. I want you to do it the same way that you do, what feels comfortable to you. If you've never given or received healing before, not to worry, simply do whatever feels right to you, whatever comes first to mind. Just trust yourself of doing it your way. If you like, you can use the method of the flame. imagining you see before you a flame on a candle, seeing it move and dance, focusing on the flame until its movement and grace is all you can see. When you feel ready, I want you to send warmth and love, light, and what is positivity to you, acceptance, to who needs the healing to be received. Send it out in the universe, and we will work with you to the receiver. Beautiful. Just breathe. Trust yourself and let the warm feeling of healing soar through you, healing you as well as given to the universe. Just breathe in and out. I can feel it, okay? I'm gonna put the music up a little and we just continue to send all the warmth and love this way. And I will help lead it to the receptions. Just breathe. Beautiful. Continue to breathe. In and out. Beautiful. Just trust yourself in the process. so much. And we got this great, wonderful energy. Thank you so much. And now I will simply pull it over to who needs it. And so. Oh, it's so vibrant. The energy is absolutely beautiful. And we send it. Beautiful. Thank you so much for your help, guys. Thank you so much. This was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, how's the music? Can you hear it all right? Is it a little bit too loud? It's rather loud for me. Is it okay? I'm not too sure if you can hear it all right. Let me know how the levels are. Okay, so we got some things to talk about today. This is going to be a shorter stream, a little bit shorter one. Thank you so much for the beautiful energy. The little things, I didn't do anything but sitting here listening. It gives much simply being here, you know. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. It was just as needed. So, and thank you for receiving. Okay, so we got a little bit to talk about today, and I am heading off to a meeting afterwards, so it's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. We'll go for 2 hours, so till 3 around there, GMT +1. And I got loads to talk about. I want to continue drawing, but I'm going to start a new one where you can see it proper. But we'll see if we have any time, because I got loads to talk to you about. And I'm so inspired. So, first off, what happened? Why hasn't there been any streams? The reason for it, on Thursday, you might have noticed that we got an appointment at the vet, so we had to go to the veterinary, and all is well. We were a little bit scared for one of our cats, who we were a little bit scared that she had a tumor, but it turned out to be a abscess. So it's probable that she had gotten clawed by the other cats, and they got a claw in, creating a bruise that we couldn't see, and then the skin layers healed over it, creating this infected pocket of pus, basically. So we could just, remove the matter from inside it, and it seemed to have healed perfectly now. So there was no tumor, all is well, and she's so happy to be outside again. She went outside for the first time this morning since we were there, since Thursday. So she just runs out and in all the time. We can hear the flap, the cat flap go throughout the day. So this morning she finally got to go outside again. So it was beautiful. So all is well there. And then on Tuesday, I was going to stream, and I'm not sure what happened. I had this absolutely wonderful, beautiful healing in the morning here in the office. And it was in a way that I have not experienced before. It was such a frequency, and it was such a prompt energy that it was like a war. You could feel it, you know, physically. And after that, both my computer and my phone started to act up, and none of them wanted to work proper. So I don't know what happened, but it was something. But apparently it could have been something with the technology that day, because Bempe said that he's experienced some problems with his phone, I think, as well that day. So I'm not sure, but it was quite interesting. But now all is up and running again. And we might be experiencing some issues with this little camera with a focus, but we'll see what happens. Just a listener this time. Oh, maybe you did subconsciously, you know, because I did receive beautiful energy from somewhere, and I read it to be from you, Pekka Christ. But no matter, it was absolutely beautiful to do it this way. So I thank you anyway. Things can happen subconsciously, you know. I'm just gonna have a sip of coffee. Oh yeah, absolutely brilliant news, Fabian. We're so thrilled and so happy. So I wanted to share with you a little something that I've started doing, and that I think is going to be part of our community, or a part of our company, and so the community. I wanted to check this with you, what you think and how you look at it, and I would love to have a discussion today about this, because I have experienced now, I don't have many clients, but the clients that I do have, many of them seem to be experiencing similar issues, the very same or very similar issues in a specific topic. And it seems like almost everyone think themselves to be alone in this, and they're too ashamed to realize differently, you know. They're too ashamed to talk about it because it's a taboo subject, and so they suffer in silence. And so I realize the problem, the main issue, is probably that we see it being an issue. So I thought, instead of sitting and saying basically the same thing to one person and then the next and then the next, obviously individual, so obviously a unique conversation depending on how this suits you, but mainly the same things. I realize there must be, or it would be beautiful if there was a common ground we can start upon, you know, that we can find, that can some information that can help more in a wider spread, and that we can start from. So instead of starting from a zero, you know, not knowing how to handle it and creating it being individual experience from the very start, I thought, what if we could find something that works for more, you know, and see what this really comes down to. And so on Friday I did a reading, a general reading on a specific topic, and I went to the Akashic libraries or Akashic records, or this universal library that I talk about, and I did a reading for myself and my guides, and simply looking through the records of this specific topic, and I came to a beautiful and interesting and inspiring conclusion. Or no conclusion, but the result was really interesting, but is in need of more research. And what this topic was this time was about sexuality. And when we are alone, we experience ourselves being alone, and we build this sexual frustration, and we're ashamed of acting upon it. Usually with masturbation and the use of pornography. Oh, Luke, thank you so much for hosting. And thank you for being here. Hi, lovely to see you. So, because this was a topic that seemed to be very similar for many, but no one seemed to want to talk too much about openly, so to speak. I went in and saw, okay, what can we find? And I really did find something really interesting that I would love to share with you. But my my thinking on this was that because the results are so interesting, I would love to do something with this. So I'm thinking of maybe when I don't have a client, maybe once a week I will sit down and do these general readings, and then maybe do videos talking about what I've come up with or what has come through in the reading. And maybe, I know I have nothing to back this up with, these theories, because they are simply from the archives, right? And especially this one that I will share with you that I found this time would need some physical research doing. But if people are up to trying it and feel comfortable with me and what I do, of course we have to be very careful, because I have nothing to back it up with, but it's a really interesting theory, and I was thinking maybe this could be an interesting format. Maybe. So, oh, I just woke up. Well, that's fine, Luke. We did a beautiful group healing before, but it was a group healing. Other people said that it was simply listening. There were some beautiful energies coming in, so I'm so happy for it. But yes, so I will share with you, and for some I've already talked about this, but I will share with you if you're interested in the results of what came up. Would you like to hear it? Just remember that there is, for the slow ones, which format do you want to make a sexuality podcast? No, I was thinking about doing general videos, or videos in general. The sexuality topic was just this time, because it was something that several people were struggling with, and so it was a common ground. And so I just want to do videos upon what I find to be interesting to help more people, not just in sexuality, but in life in general. But please, no physical examination, please. Oh no, don't you worry. Don't you worry. It's just really interesting. Would you like me to tell you what I found? Some of you already know. And it's very important that we remember that there's nothing backing this theory up. It's just what I found in the archives. And afterwards, I went online, of course, to see, has anyone else, figured something out in this, researched this? And what it seemed like, what I could find at the time, was that we don't know a lot. We don't know much at all. So, of course, be very careful when trying the methods out and testing the theories, because it's just me. I have nothing to back it up with. But it would be interesting, wouldn't it? So, what I found, okay? And I want to share this with you. And remember, it was the topic for this one was sexual frustration. But of course, if I will go on and doing these general readings, it'll be of all sorts of topics. But I started out with this because many people were experiencing issues with it within themselves. So yeah, such a frustration. That's me. That's many. Look, and that's why I wanted to do this. And I've already shared my findings with you and with some others, but I would love to tell you the whole community. So remember, nothing backing this up, but what it seems like without Pornhub, there would be quite a frustration going on. Many seems to be ashamed of using pornography though, and I have also a general finding in that area that is really interesting. But if I start with what I found on this topic. Why I decided to look it over was because we are now talking about when people use masturbation as a way of, when you just do it because you feel like doing it, but you feel you're doing it too much, and so it's harmful to you. When people feel like they wish they did it less, or when they feel insecure in why they're doing it, or why they're doing it the way they are doing it. So when we use it as a tool to hide away from ourselves a little, or when we're unsure whether it is just a sexual outlet or if it might be an outlet for something else that might be hiding. This is on the basis that I did this examination or this research, and I will definitely go into it again. But what came up this one first time was that it seems to be directly connected to stress. I will read. The thing is, basically, if you're single, don't want to sleep with random people without being in a relationship with them, there isn't much room for other actions. True. But, okay, so what I found when people are being, because people are being feeling not self-loathing, but people feel ashamed sometimes and think that they could do something else. Not everyone, and it's not anything wrong in masturbating, but some people experience it to be and want to know why they're doing it in the first place. This happens. So it seems to be arousal seems to be directly connected to stress, and it seems to affect the muscles of our jaw and tongue. Our jaw and tongue. And so when we first get into the first period, the first stage of an arousal, when we just start to feel the arousal coming in, according to this theory, the muscles, the jaw muscle and the tongue muscle, will relax. And depending on how your stress level is at an ordinary, the ordinary stress level when you're not aroused, how high or low your stress level is will affect the difference you feel with the arousal. So when the muscles relax, if you have a very high stress level, the difference will be quite a large one, which will have you experience the arousal to be even more of a change than otherwise. When you then go into the next period or the next stage of the arousal, when it starts to really building up, the stress will return and the muscles will tense up in a new way. So it's another type of stress in this stage of the arousal. What we can do according to this method, now remember there's nothing backing this up with, but what they said or what came through was that in between the stages, so when we start to feel the arousal coming in, and before, so it goes like it drops and then it jumps back up, the stress level. So the muscles relax and then they jump up again, tensing up. And in that, when they've dropped, before they jump up again, what we can do is to remove ourselves from external stimuli, such as pornography, and to put ourselves in a position where we feel relaxed and comfortable as much as possible. And then we can close our eyes, gently breathe in and out, inhale, exhale, and then there is a spot behind our ears, You probably heard about this spot many times if you are into mindfulness or how to stress less. There are different techniques, but there's a soft spot behind your ear, just at the end of your jawline, and underneath the skull bone. So in between the skull bone and the jawbone, or the bone of the jaw, the muscles here, in between there, just behind the ear, almost at the nib. So here, oh, I don't know where the camera is, sorry. Can you see this? I have no idea. I got my skull bone going here, and my jaw coming in here, and here, in the soft spot here. If we gently press that, so going up towards the ear, so to speak, if you gently press that, the theory is that the relaxation will increase, will enhance, and with that will come a clarity in what emotion lies underneath or behind this arousal, being it sexual or non-sexual. Now, I understand it's difficult to remember to do this when you've just dropped before it jumps up. So I will go back in and check if we can find it. I find it to be easier also when we are more aroused or when we're not aroused at all. So we have a bigger spectra. But isn't this interesting? I thought it was really interesting. I'm just gonna read chat now. Masturbation is nice if I'm bored and don't know what to do. Yeah. Maybe life bored you a lot because I'm doing it a lot. I think that's very true. Being bored is a big part of it. It is. I also think that society has much more problem with long-term singles rather than with masturbating people. Maybe. So getting ashamed for being single for a long time is much more likely than getting ashamed for talking about masturbation. That's very true, because it's taboo in society and we are supposed to have a partner, right? But the more we look for them, the more difficult it will be to find. And who knows, some people might be feeling better without, and some people might want more than one. And can we just be us, you know? But isn't this an interesting theory? I thought it was. I don't know, maybe. Maybe not, but I thought it was really interesting. So if you feel like it, feel like trying it out, you're welcome to. And then just be careful, because like I said, I have nothing backing this up, and I know that there's some spots behind the ear that can be dangerous, but if you push gently, it shouldn't harm you in any way. And that soft spot, I think it's a anti-stress spot, so it should be fine. Maybe you can try it if you feel like it. I'm not sure we can't be completers because we always have the connection with others, the social interaction, coupling. Of course we do. But that's also part of us. That's part of us, our experience. So what I'm saying with saying just being us is that we already are. In everything that we do, we are being us because it's just our experience. So what I'm saying is actually to be more mindful and just be in the moment. Because whatever we do, it's us. And we deserve to feel comfortable in being what we are. But I had a real fun doing this reading, this inner reading, and I would love to go back into it. And I just love it. And then I have clients who are ashamed of using pornography. Not everyone is ashamed, and that's totally fine as long as it's not harmful to you or others. It's human, and it's what we've been taught in society to do. Some of us, and that's okay. But what we can do, just to also put it in here, if we feel like this is something that we don't want to do because it's not us, but many people might say, first of it is you because you're doing it for a reason. But if you feel it's becoming an addiction and something that you're not sure how to handle, then treat it as one. Meaning, like I said before with quitting smoking, instead of trying to say this is not part of my life, it doesn't give me anything, realize that it will always be a part of your life. It will always be there, but the part will be for you not to engage in it. It's there, but it's got its part, it's got its place, and that is for you not to engage, for it to be there still. And no reason to engage, because you already know where you have one another. And in this way, you will be able to face it in others and in conversations and in society and all, and in your own thoughts, without feeling enticed to start doing it again, when you have put that in its own spot, in its own place, sacred place in your life, realizing it will always be there, but you have understood the relationship between the two of you, the activity and you. And also to remember to do mental or physical notes each time if we succeed not to do it. Now, this time I did not pick up that cigarette, or this time I did not go into this website. And the more we do that, and not so much giving it too much thought when we are not succeeding, but understand that it takes time for us to learn something new, for body and mind to realize the new pattern. When we take mental, physical notes, it will become more and more natural for us to not do this activity because it feels good for us to be taking these notes. And after a while, it will become natural not to. And so it has found its space, its spot in your life. You have established a relationship to it that has changed, and that you are accepting it rather than trying to keep it far away from you. The more we try to push something away, the closer it will come and the greater of a space it will take. So just accept it being there, and there's nothing wrong with it, but you have established a relationship to it. Hang on. There. I'm glad I'm not the only person dealing with this. This is why I want to do this, because people seem to be handling this in silence and thinking that you are alone, and knowing you're not alone, but thinking you're alone with your specific issue. And we're trying to heal our own wounds, so we're trying to hide them when our neighbor might have experienced the same. So we try to keep it to ourselves when we can find a solution together. I'm just gonna read. We always will encounter a situation where we will not be us. But it's still you though, Fabian. I understand what you mean. Because we feel like we're taking a part, we're playing a part rather than being authentically ourselves. But that part is also part of you, and it is you, the authentic you, choosing to play that part, or taking those parts of your personality out, so to speak, or to act on those parts of your brain, on who you are. So it's interesting. I wasn't paying attention. What's the theme we're talking about? We're talking about my general reading with the sexual frustration and the results of it, and also about being ourselves. For example, dates with women. A lot of guys will not be themselves, and I also found that out for myself since I don't have any dates, but I'm not unhappy with it. If you have a high self-discipline, you don't get frustrated. Okay, maybe some days. That's because most guys want to impress the ladies instead of just being themselves, but it's okay. They also do the same for us men. Dating is such a dirty and time and energy consuming process. I agree. This is great. Why is it that when I try to bring up this topic with people that they make fun of me or tell me I'm weird? The theme on what she's talking about wasn't paying attention, that's why I'm asking. About the sexual frustration and about us not being ourselves. And I'm sorry, but I feel like we can never not be ourselves. And when you are talking about trying to impress someone, you will use what would be impressive to you, or what you think that is impressive to the lady in this case, and or the other individual. But that is a thought that you have constructed. It can be an external thing that society tells us, but whatever it tells us, we will construct our thoughts around it individually, in our own way, uniquely. So we will hear and see and be what we feel it is. So people might say, it's like with colors. I know that this lapis lazuli is blue, and you say it's blue too, but blue might mean something completely different in my eyes than it does in yours. So our own reference plate is our only reference plate, meaning that when we do something to impress the other individual, we use our own understanding of what would be impressive to this person, probably in what we think they would find impressive due to our past experiences. But we're still using ourselves as reference and what we have experienced before. Therefore, I believe we can never not be us, because our experience is the only thing we got to go on. Even when we work with energy, even when we work with telepathy, all I see is from my own perspective. So I can see from your perspective in how you think around certain things, but I will experiencing that thought and that emotion the way that resonates with me, so I can understand it. If it makes any sense. I'm gonna read channeling in that life energy to create something creative. The first thing that comes into mind when dealing with sexual frustration is doing something creative. Yeah, it can help, definitely. I'm very skeptical with society's standards and procedures when it comes to this topic. We more and more try to gain more happiness, more money, more self-fulfillment. We don't want to give up our freedom, or we don't want to be without a partner. So in the end, what do we want? And I'm not sure if the typical conservative way of having a relationship is the one the society wants to go on. Indeed, it's a vicious cycle, and since relationships need two people, it's not so important what I'm thinking, but what I and the other person is thinking about the same thing. Indeed, we will have to start to compromise. But in order to do that, we will also have to accept who the other individual is talking to, ourselves. Right? I want to start doing some drawing now, guys. But I think that it was really interesting. Would you be up for it? Me doing some videos, me doing some general readings, getting this information that maybe could be researched, and putting these videos out in with my results. Would that be something that would interest you? Because I'm up to a lot of different things. If I have my standards, my moral view of life, I can't rely on others. But when you rely on others, Fabian, you rely on your perception of the others. No? Agree, I would like it, and I don't have to experience that women share my view on society, place and moral. You're interested? Okay, beautiful. I'll see what I find time for. I understand what you're saying, Fabian, but I'm still thinking that even the other person's feeling and emotion and standards, they will tell you if they do, or you have this feeling that they have this individual and unique way of thinking. They do, because they're an individual. But you will always only see it from your perspective. So even when you meet this thought patterns, you will perceive them as being what you see from your other experiences, from your past experiences. And that's really interesting, I think. So we can really see where misunderstanding comes from, no? So listening to others is actually, in a way, the same as being open to your own perceptiveness and your own perspective. Maybe. To trust yourself in what you're seeing, to be your truth in that moment. I had this discussion with a beautiful person in our community yesterday about how we know something is true for certain. And all I can say is that it is true because it's true for you in the moment. And going into it and research and see if it's true for others and still for you in other moments, beautiful, that might change. But why call something a lie when it's true for you in that moment? The less we know, the more we are willing to learn. And I think I'm just too curious to stick on one line. I probably do, but I want to be as open as possible. But instead of doubting myself, I will understand that there's a reason I see something as true for me in that moment, because it's my experience. And then, of course, we have to see what other people are thinking, yes. But in order to be open to others, I think we need to be open to ourselves in a way that we can experience and perceive others. I think that if we're not open to ourselves and we're not trusting ourselves, we are more likely to not understand others, because we are not. If we meet something that we are not familiar with in another individual, that goes against our own thoughts or thinking, our own thought patterns, and how we're used to think, it will be more difficult for us to open up to this individual, because it will be more difficult for us to open up to ourselves, even seeing these new perspectives, because we don't trust ourselves in what we already know. So we can't trust ourselves learning something new, because we don't know where our ground is. At the same time, we do know, because it's simply where we are. But sometimes we do like to complicate it to ourselves this way. No? Drawing. Sorry. Maybe I don't have very good experiences in this field, but my dad's so confirmed every time. I learned to be my own best friend after years of disappointment with others. How are we gonna befriend someone else if we don't know who they are talking to? If we don't feel safe in who they are befriending? So yourself. You deserve to be your best friend, and you deserve to really love yourself. And in that, to meet others and to be a reflection of them, because we're mirrors, right? But yes, of course, even when you feel you don't know yourself, it can be beautiful meeting others, because the things you do see in them are things that are reflected from you, of you, as a mirror. Things that you understand. Being negative things, then there's things that you associated to being negative within yourself, but it's still a connection. You still experienced yourself through seeing someone else. So it's important, I feel, learning or meeting new people. But we can do so in so many formats. But meeting someone else is a beautiful way of meeting ourselves. And it might sound egocentric, but which other life shall we live than ourselves, than our own? If these are the only eyes we've got, why not respect them for what they are and what they mean? So we can respect also others and what they mean. Oh, you disagree? How is happiness not a human right? Of course it is. Did I say that it was not? When I decided to open up, it was only last week and I went on an experience which proved my point of view. Even when my social environment is mostly the opposite, on the other hand, happiness and relationship are not a human right. Oh, right. So I have no problems with it. Happiness is a human right because whichever emotion we feel it because we know. It's difficult. It's such a unique thing because I was gonna say, when we know sadness, when we know the opposite, we also know happiness. But it's such a unique and individual experience. So I went back on my own words a little bit. Everyone deserves happiness, deserving themselves equal to a right. And when there are happy people, there will always be unhappy people. Yes, but I think that we can both be happy and unhappy at the same time, depending on from what perspective we look at it. Some people are happy being unhappy because that's what they're used to. It might sound real harsh, but that's actually true. I feel. Happiness is an inner state, not an outside state. Yes. Oh, you're answering back. I understand. Happiness that coming only from an inner state is the highest state of it, but not the normal way of being happy. For me, life is like a scale. Everything is balanced. I agree happiness can come from anywhere, really. It can come from anywhere, but I still believe that it is a reflection from within ourselves. Because if it was not, in my experience, it would be almost impossible to notice it because we wouldn't resonate with it. No? I'm gonna draw now, guys. I love this chat. I'm sorry that I'm, oh my god, what are you talking about? What did I say now? Oh, you're talking with amongst yourself. Sorry. Roxy UK, why do we always go back to the same toxic relationships even though we know they're bad? If you happy from the inside, the things from outside will make you happy are just one more reason to be happy. Yes. Okay, so why do we always go back to the same toxic relationships even though we know they're bad? Are we going... The thing is, when we talk about toxic relationships, we're talking about similar situations happening again and again, and similar emotional situations happening within ourselves again and again. And I know that with you, Roxy, I know that you will say that no, it's toxic relationships, there's toxic people out there. And I don't disagree with you, but I talked about this before with good and evil and how we behave ourselves among others and how we behave, what we do against others. And I don't think that there is such a thing as good and evil. I believe there are good and evil actions, yes, but I do believe that they stem from the same emotion of striving for acceptance. And when we have found a way to this is what I believe, when we have found a way to gain acceptance, or when we feel we are seen in some way, we get used to the idea and the thought pattern of going this direction, doing that over and over again, even though it might be evil that we commit and that we are being horrible towards each other or ourselves, but we are stuck in the loop because it worked in a way that we felt accepted in some degree. The same way, when we have met this in a relationship, we get used to the idea. So we see the perspective from this, in this. Oh, Roxy, welcome to the community. Lovely seeing you here. Sorry. I'm gonna regain my thought. Okay, so we're also getting used to living in this perspective, seeing it from this perspective. And as you know, when we fear something might come up, there it is. Why? Because we resonate with it. So I know that you're talking about specific situations, but they result, or general feeling, general emotion, but they are the result of two people or several wishing to be accepted and finding the different ways of doing so and being stuck in the loop. So do you have to leave a specific relationship in order for it not to be toxic? Sometimes it's the best thing to do, yes. But do you have to go into a relationship? Imagine it to be toxic. Because of what you're used to, this will probably happen. And because of you being used to those kinds of frequencies in others, the same relationship will appear, or the similar one. So when we can accept and acknowledge that these are simply, unfortunately, what we are used to, body and mind, the both of us in this relationship. When we acknowledge that, it may give a little hint to start listening to ourselves and start opening up in our own perspectives. And I know it might sound horrible because I know of the situation that you're talking about. But we all deserve to see it from new perspectives. I'm gonna read chat now. Hang on. Things from outside that makes you happy, just what makes you happy. I learned to block toxic people and not to return to them. It's a revolving door of bullshit usually. Then you talk amongst yourself. Oh, Spanish. I almost know what you're saying, my friend. Unfortunately, I only know Swedish and English, but I can say proper. Or a little bit proper, almost proper. Give it a gift 1 to 2. Can I get an opinion or something? Yeah, sure. I miss you. I haven't seen you live in forever. Oh, I'll be Caitlin. Lovely to see you here. How are you doing? There's been some things going on, but now we're back. Now we're here. Okay, I'm gonna do this now. You know that I do, but in a small way. But yeah, sure. Ask me. Give it a gibster. I'd love to give you my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours. These always look different when I do them on stream than when I do them at home. Okay, we take this track as well. See what happens. It's gonna be a shorter stream today, like I said, so I have no idea what we will have time for. But we'll see. I'm just gonna let the pen caress the paper during this track. Usually when I'm home, it creates a sort of shape that you can kind of see. Oh, now the pen is dying, actually. Oh no, it's drying out. It's some sort of a leaf, this maybe. We'll see. Oh, I think it's done, actually. Okay. I have no idea. We'll see what it is. Usually create some sort of a shape. It's good just coloring also, no? Doing good, how are you? Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm happy today. There's been a lot going on, but I'm happy. Oh, how is the focus? Yeah. Oh, okay. I've got an energy worker trying to reach me here. I feel. Oh, Husky Licks! Husky, you got thrown out from the Discord server, and it was a misfortunate event that did not, it was not meant to happen. We sent you a request. Basically, you're free to join again if you like. I'm so sorry that this happened to some of you and many of you, and it was an unfortunate event. But now that I see that you're here, if you'd like to join, you're more than welcome back. But yes, welcome back, my friend. I haven't seen you in ages. How are you? I'm so happy seeing you here. Always getting kicked. Oh no. You're good. Get kicked. No, it was an unfortunate event and it was a misunderstanding with the mods. So all is well now, I hope. Happiness is not something that only chosen ones can have, but something to reach of every single person. You know what I believe, pretty gross? I think that, because I got this, I know I said this before, but I got this question from a client. And he said, how many times do you think I need to come to you before I'm happy? Before I feel good? And I said to him, you know what? You can feel good and be happy right now, just like that. I know that it's not that easy with the emotion and all the struggles and all that happens, and the process is long, but you can decide to see from the happy perspective whenever you feel yourself being ready for it. I know it's harsh, but it's something I truly believe in, and it's so beautiful. We talked about depression a lot before, and how it's a beautiful state because we're actually giving ourselves an opportunity to meet ourselves and to hear ourselves out, because we are wanting change, which means that we want to listen to ourselves and have ourselves been treated better. And that is something beautiful. And it's the same thing. So we can choose to see the happy things right now, if that's right to us. But then every happiness is different. What is happiness to you might be something else to someone else. And some people, like I said, are happy in being unhappy because they're used to it and they feel safe in it. Unfortunately, these things happen. So what can we do? Live, I think, and breathe in the moment and accept ourselves from what is happening, and that there's a reason for everything. No? Sounds like you read The Power of Now. I've never done, but I love to. But I believe in the power of now. Because now is now, right? And it's part of our lives. Everything is part of our lives. So why not live our lives? No? It isn't easy, but it's really simple. I like that. Oh, I love that expression. So true. I love it. Isn't easy, but really simple. I used to say it's as easy as it is hard. It just is. Right? Oops. I'm always so nervous in coloring in front of you. So I apologize for not following the lines. It looks so much better when you do it at home, you know? Oh, I started to sculpt with stearin. With stearin? Yeah, stearin. I started to sculpt with it. It was so much fun. Oh, 19 Raphael, welcome to the community. How are you doing, my friends? But Tiger Cries, I love that expression. Can I use it? I'm gonna say that it's you who come up with it, but it's so beautiful. Can you hear the music alright, guys? It's so beautiful. I hope you can hear it. It's copyrighted. Oh, is it from The Power of Now? Oh, good, you can hear the music. You know, The Power of Now is also up there in the Universal Library. So maybe sometimes you will recognize what I say that I picked up from there. You just have to trust me that it came through that way. Or maybe I had someone saying it to me. Oh, Fabian, thank you so much for the host. Hey, I got such an inspiration from when Tara was here last. For you who don't know, it's a beautiful member of our community who is going to do, or they're thinking of doing, meditative streams, and I think it's so beautiful. I got such an inspiration from that, and I have to talk to them because I'm a little bit scared. I've done some meditations before, guided meditation, and I have some channels that are so beautiful. The pond, you hear me talk about the pond all the time. And now that we got music that we can use, I had this thought of doing these proper videos for each guided meditation, and then maybe have them run at the end of the stream. So one meditation per stream, not a new one every time, but you know, having them loop around themselves. So sometimes it's the stable, sometimes it's the pond, sometimes it's the island, those beautiful channeled pieces that we've had coming through, and some new ones. I just had to talk to Tara, so it's okay, me doing so. But I got such an inspiration doing it. And I think also it was Bempus mentioning actually that it could be a good idea. What do you guys think? So we can have it run at the end of the stream. The Power Now isn't the only book which talks about being present. No, I know. Many do. Mindfulness is such a beautiful tool, isn't it? My brother works with mindfulness. He works, I'm not too sure what he's doing, but he's a psychologist and he works with mindfulness, is all I know. Greetings from Iran. Oh, thank you so much. Greetings from Sweden. How are you, my friend? Thank you for joining. From Iran. Oh, I wonder if that's a first or not. I love it. How are you doing? I hope I can provide some peace for you. If not anything else, some tranquility. For you who are new, you're so welcome to join us on Discord. You find the information down below, and sometimes in chat I can see if I even got, so I can write it. I don't know if I can. Can I? Yes! There you go. Feel free to join us on Discord if you feel like it. It will say that it is for adult audiences, or it will say that it's not safe for work. It's Discord's way of saying it's for adult audiences, and that is not because there's some nudity or some content that should not be seen for children or by children. It's not that. It's simply that what we do is we're still evolving our method. We're still researching, we're still testing it, and so we want to feel safe, completely safe, before also letting it be open to children. But it's just a recommendation, so if you're under the age of 18 and you still feel safe with our community, you're more than welcome to be here. But it is a recommendation. Just so you know that it will pop up if you decide to join. As it should have done also on this stream. Hey, Abdul Ryan, are you still here? I just like to thank you for the beautiful energy coming through with you. Seems you really work with people. You're a beautiful person. I just want you to know that. If you're still here. I wanted to know it no matter. I like the colors of these markers. I like the colors they provide. I hope you can see it okay. It looks a little bit unfocused on my monitor, but hopefully you can see it. So yes, about having meditation running. What do you reckon? Sounds good, says Luke. Yeah. I'm just gonna check with Tara so it's okay with her. Oh, with the cat, I'm not sure it's a cat, the emoji, but with the cat, when we are, because we are thinking about streaming from home, when we have the internet connection to do so, and then our cats can join. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Ooh, okay. Do you live close to nature? I do. We live in the woods, and we've got a pasture? No. What's it called? Well, we got, in the summer, we got cows all around the house. Not in the house, but around our garden. There's this, oh, I lost the word. What's it called? Where the cows can go in the summer. There's fields dedicated to them. Anyway, pastures, no? What's it called? Not pastures. For that's for crops, right? But yeah, Is it like woods near mountains? Not mountains, no. But some small lakes, but mostly woods. But I like it. I miss the water a little. It's very important for me to live by water. So we will bring it to us, I think. But it's not far at all, but not too many mountains, no. It's a rather flat landscape, considering, but it's beautiful. Is it pastures? I really love the Nordic view of a valley with mountains, snow and lakes. Yeah. Fjords, also, in Norway. No, Luke, you don't have to donate. Thank you so much. Luke, my friend, thank you. It means a lot. You never have to, but thank you. I was talking about this with money. It's a tough subject. I'm in this network, or the intuition companies in this network. We meet once a week with all variated professions represented, and it's tough, this, you know. I love what I do, and I do it with and from my heart. And I wish that we lived in a society, you know, where it would be sufficient to trade services for experience, because that's what I do now, with beautiful tips. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for the donations. But so unfortunately, I still need food on the table. So that's why I really appreciate the donations. You don't have to donate. And I know that Bempus is against me saying, when I give consultations, I say that you can pay me what you feel it's worth and what you're ready to pay and what feels right to you. And for some, that might be nothing. And then I'm just happy for having had the experience, because I love working and I rather work than not work at all. And I learn so much each time. But it is tough, because we do have to live as well. So I hope that one day this will be appreciated as the profession that it is. And I feel like part of me not, you know, charging anything for my services goes against my own belief in that. But it's just who I am. And I know that it will all work out. I just know it will. So the donations, thank you so much, truly. It goes a long way. But for you who feel that you cannot afford it, I totally understand. And I am ready to give you a full consultation no matter. Because I love working. It's just a tough balance, you know. Because we shouldn't keep it being a taboo to talk about either, you know. But it is a little to me, because I work with my heart. Oh, I'm sorry. What's tip? Thank you so much, Luke. Had some extra money. Oh, and you're sending it our way. Thank you. It goes a long way, and hopefully it will help more people experience the beauty that I truly think and feel that this is, you know, that we can bring with our little bubbles of joy. Oh, I just love what I do. And I just know it's so, you know, I know that we sit on something big here. It's just so scary to think about it, because it might be too much for us, and we might, you know, I don't want to go into hybris, but you know. But we can really see that we're sitting on something big here, and it's just, no matter how it works, as long as it seems to be helping people, I'm just so grateful. But it's scary to think. And I can't share with you why, but I have reason to think even more now that the bond with my twin is for real, and it scares me. It scares me a lot. And I met with Bempe's grandfather. Was it this weekend? Oh dear, maybe it was this weekend. Time just passes for me, I don't know. But we met with him, and he's always been so supportive, and even though he doesn't quite understand what it is that we do, he listens. And he's really good at acting as if he's listening, but he's also listening sometimes. And he's just this kind person. And last time we met, I just said that now we talked about why we're starting to feel like now it's really getting difficult to see it not to be true. And he just, well, why are you scared? Or why are you so flustered with this? I said, I didn't want it to be true. And I go, what? But you've been on and on it about it. And yeah, but it was a nice fantasy. The ego in me goes, now I have to take the responsibility. No, I always try to keep my moral tight. I'm sorry. But now when we start to see this actually to be true, we still don't know, of course. But it starts to become difficult to see it not to be. And I'm scared, because imagine what this would mean, and what we can do for the society, what we can do together. And I don't want it to become too much, and I don't want us to, to put our noses up, if that makes any sense. I want it to be natural. It's a little bit scary. Oh, I don't know how to talk about it, I'm sorry. It's just scary to think that over all those years, I'm still very young, but I've always been treated a little bit differently. Everyone is. But I've always felt, like many can resonate with, I always felt like adults thought me to be a little bit in need of special attention. And because of my closeness to the spirits, and because of me being traumatized and such, and to think now when that's what has helped me in my imagination, so to speak, helped me through so much, that to also be true, and in that be able to help maybe others and maybe come up with solutions as a community. It's scary. It's a scary thought, because it would be amazing if it was. And like I said, if it's not true, I'm just grateful for my brain to have constructed this way of helping myself. And in it, others with my work, hopefully. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about it. I regret it now. Never regret anything, guys. It just puts me in a weird mood. I'm sorry, I hope you still feel comfortable with me. There's a human side to me as well. Oh, yeah, guys. You're fine, keep talking. No, I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna color. But you know what? We are gonna start streaming on Fridays as well. Ta-da! So we're gonna stream tomorrow, same time, and hopefully many Fridays to come. But it will be same time. Thank God Sarah is human. I was worried a little bit. I'm very human. It's who I am. I'm writing a blog, or I'm doing this archive. I'm creating this archive, where I want to be able to put all the things that is not directly connected to my energy work or directly connected to our company. I'm sorry I'm saying my company all the time. I apologize. To our company. I work. It's me working in this, so it's doesn't need an explanation. I'm sorry, but to our company, and I started to feel bad for saying that, so now I lost track of what I was gonna say. Yes, so I'm working on creating an archive where I can put all those things, my works, you know, when I write, my literature works, my poems, my lyrics, my music, my art, my sculpting, all of those things. And it's called Behind the Reflection. Tiny bubbles of joy behind the reflection. And we're still working on it. But then on that I say intuitive counselor, telepath, empath, psychic, and then in the next, with bigger letters, fellow human. Because what I experience working in this is that, and I said this many times before, first, for many, you're a scammer, scamming people for money. And if you then manage to prove that you know what you're doing, you become God. And there's not really anything in between. And all I ever wanted to be, and all I ever am, and it's gonna be, is human. So it means a lot to me that this community, that you guys can see me as one. All I ever want to be is who I am. And I'm a fellow human. I talked about this a lot before. I'm sorry. But yeah. So for the ego in me, it is a little tough, you know, going from scammer to God and nothing in between. And I am just me, and I've just found the profession that I like and that I enjoy working in. And that I mean that everyone can do. It's just that for some people it fits better than for others. Like with any other profession. I'm just working. She's not a robot. Feeling better right away. Yeah. You know, when I first started having, you know, feeling like I was connected to my twin, I immediately saw him as being a robot, you know, a Wikipedia. That I could ask this person anything and he would know it because it was not real, you know. I've talked about this before, how I went through that process to realize he's actually another human being. There's another human brain and all that goes with it. And now, when it's starting to get really difficult to say it's not to be true, still not impossible, but becoming difficult, then my moral is catching up on me, you know? It means so much more. Yeah. But I'm grateful for the experience. If you have any questions, you might get a weird answer because I seem to be in a weird mood today. But ask away. Because I will be as transparent as I possibly can. You know me. I don't know why I'm in such a weird mood today. It's been a roller coaster. I was very worried for a client today. Very worried. And I actually thought that I might have lost them. And started to process that And then I just felt like, no, it's my paranoia. They might not be fine, but they've not left us. So it was a roller coaster when I realized that they were still alive and I could get a hold of them. And that was just before stream, so it might be why I'm a little bit shaky. No scams, just human. Yes, thank you. That's exactly it. Oh, I wasn't supposed to change color yet. I'm supposed to go the track out. Yeah. No, I would never scam anyone. If it would turn out not to be true, I need to find another way of helping people. And I need to look at it then. But as long as it seems to be working, I'm just privileged. I just love what I do. But yeah, so I'm sorry if I might be a little disheveled. But it could be due to that roller coaster. Maybe. I've also started to, when people come to me first time, usually when they leave, they feel better. And that was my hope for every time they come, that you feel better afterwards, of course. And it was my fear that you would have to leave before you felt yourself to be okay. Because I've experienced that in the traditional medicine and when I've been a patient. And I really wanted that not to happen to my clients. But now I've started to experience when I've been working with a client for a long period of time and we start to really, in a slow process, because some people need it. It takes time for the body and mind to readjust. And for some, it's really tough when you start to really get to the root of it. And when you start to, we started out this company thinking and hoping that we would never have to dig to get to the source of it. And we realized that we don't have to dig to get to the source of it, but for some people it takes time to make a difference or to be open to making the change in the source because they are so used to it, right? It's part of them. And now I have a client who I've been working with for a long period of time who is starting to get this healing crisis where they feel exhausted and even worse after leaving me than when they came. And I know that it's part of the process, and I know that it is because they're finally letting go. And I know that it will pass, and I know that they feel safer and more comfortable in their energy flow, but I know that it's a difficult process because you need to readjust to it. And when you rearrange energy within from being aggression, for example, that you're used to being aggressive, you're used to being frustrated, and then that energy is rearranged into something else, it feels like a hole, within yourself. I used to know this part of myself. Now I don't know anything. What is this? We need to fill this with something else. And before we're ready to do that, and before we're ready to see ourselves in a new light, in a new way. Not new because it's always been there, but new for you in your conscious mind, in your focus, then that might be really tough for some people. And I have now come to that point with some of my clients where they start to tell me that they feel worse when they leave me than they did when they came, even though we can see a beautiful change, and I know that it's part of it all. And when they say worse, they simply mean exhausted, and I know that it's part of the process, but it is tough And it is new to me because I'm new to this work, you know? I'm new to this. I'm evolving, and these are things that we will come to realize as part of it. But it hurts. So it is an emotional roller coaster. That might be why I'm so, up and down and down and up. Or what's it called? Because, like you said, I am human. So I do get these emotional swings. So I think that, combined with realizing now that it is more and more difficult to say that it would not be true with my twin and what that means, and with getting into this part of the work where I wish I had someone to teach me how to handle things, and then having to find that myself and trusting myself in that to evolve, and now sitting here online live and complaining which I would never do. I trusted myself I would never do. It's a process, and it's a process also for me, and this is what I wanted to do with this channel, to be a transparent and open way of showing how this process might look and how it looks for me. Time to show your witchcraft power, Sarah. Don't waste this treasure of your red hair. Well, thank you, Fabian. Oh dear, yes. At the same time, boy, what I've started to do things. Oh, it's so much fun with clients. I love working. And things happen, and it's just like when I performed that healing the day before yesterday, and it was in a way that I've never done before, and I could literally feel the wall of energy. I usually see this, I feel cold air, and I usually see this in my fifth eye. I usually see the bubbles of energy, but now it was really, you could feel it, and it was, it's so much fun. And this morning I got to talk about when I astral projected that healing that we talked about a couple of streams back with Luke's friend, when I could sit in my living room and astral project to the other side of the planet and be there. I just love what I do, guys. So, boy, it's a mountain, and it's so much fun, but it's so tough, but I love the view. Maybe I'm a little tired as well. I'm sorry. Fifth eye. I don't even have a third one. Oh, I have to close like next time I'm in the shower. Maybe I'll find it. Well, why I say my fifth eye is that my guides have told me that's how I compartmentalize it in my brain. So I use the fifth dimension when I work with energy. That's why I say my fifth eye, because I use the fifth dimension. Or it's what is said anyway. And yes, everyone has a third eye. Don't you worry, my friends. And if you don't believe in seeing the spirituality, or the energy with it, it's might be the eye that looks within yourself. Do my fifth eyes also need glasses? Sorry, I have a bad humor today. Yes, it does. You need to readjust the lenses. Yes. To start to understand. And that is the process, to start to understand how to clearly see the picture, to get a clear view. So yeah, it needs glasses. And I'm working on finding the right prescription. I need glasses too, only have good vision in one. Oh, well, glasses is good. I hope you find some that will suit you. But this is not new though, it feels. Sorry, I'm not doing any energy readings today. It was a little bit too much of a roller coaster beforehand. So I'm just here talking. My left eye is great, but the right one is blurry. I see. Maybe you can have that one, the pirates. No, that's the opposite, right? But you can have this one, not glass eye, but this monocle. Yes, you can have a monocle. Oh, you said the same. Yeah. We were thinking about the same, indeed. So guys, I will go on for about 20 minutes more, somewhere around there, and then I have a meeting to attend. I feel I can say this out loud, actually. Are you still up for it, Luke? I just felt that it could be said. Mr. Peanut. So Mum was right when she told us that too much masturbation will blind us. Hey! Oh no! What does that say about me? I'm blaming my twin, guys. And so the topic cycle is closed for today. Yes. You know what? I can share this about myself. It's quite interesting, actually. If we're gonna open up the bag again about sexuality and such, I know that it might not be as common in women as in men to masturbate. I'm not even sure that's true, but people used to say that. And I know that it's not uncommon for people not to masturbate, but it is, and not rare, but it's somewhat uncommon. I don't do it, and I've never done it. I never masturbated. And it's quite interesting when I was talking about this, because I was reading pornography when I was younger. Very soft pornography, but it was still pornography. But I had no urge to masturbate. I had no urge to do anything. I just liked what I read. And it was quite interesting. You've never masturbated? No, never. And so it was quite interesting. But Bembe said something about this. And that was because I always wondered why that was not a thing. And it could be that I just never felt like I needed to. It could be simply that I had other things to do, other things going on and all of this. But he did say something that was interesting, and that is my twin. There's only one reason for it. Sarah's not bored. Not a single minute. Maybe true. Wow, so that's tough for me. Pornography just gets me every time. Yeah, no, but it's quite interesting because my Bembe said that. My twin. Because he's much older than me. It wouldn't make sense if we were already bonded, which we've been since I was born, and maybe even before then. He simply answered it with, that would have come from him, from his past experiences. And for him to do so with someone who's that much younger when I was a kid or a teenager wouldn't make any sense. So maybe that has something to do with it. Because I still read pornography, like I said, but I read it in a non-sexual way. No, it's interesting. I was excited but not aroused. It was just, I don't know. But I'm not asexual because I have a wonderful sex life nowadays. But I still don't masturbate. Nope. It just, I am there when my twin does, though. So maybe maybe it's that way around. I don't know. But it's quite interesting because it would make sense, right? Because I'm so much younger. It wouldn't make any sense for him to or for the energy to go into that maybe when I was so young. I don't know. I was going to ask you if you ever did it, but was shy to ask a personal question. Oh, you can ask as many personal questions as you like. I'm open. I think my first time was at 5 years of age. Wow. And then all the time at 12 and up. I think it's common to start at 11 or 12, I think. But yeah, we're all different. But isn't it an interesting thought, this, with my twin? Because first time we really collided, because you're so close to someone else, to another individual, it was very sexual. And it's still sexual today. So maybe because I was so young, it just didn't go that way. I don't know. Or maybe I've not been bored. Now I can be very open with many personal info. Might be, inspirational or help someone else somewhere. I have no reason to hide anything. I'm just human. We're all under the same sky, right? Then I understand not everyone sees it that way. And I've lied and hidden so much in my life. I see no reason to do it anymore. My teen years were crazy with watching adult materials, and now I'm 32 is the usual thing. Pretty open, but it's usually bite me. Some people make fun of me. But I think it's down to what you feel within yourself, Asluk. It's Bluntman! Hi! How are you doing? So I don't make self fun, but needs glasses. My witchcraft theory grows stronger. But since I've never done it, how do I need glasses then? Is it because I've never done it that I need glasses, or is it due to my twin? His fault. Oh, I'm fine. How are you doing? How are you doing, Bluntman? You have a very curious energy coming through. I love it. Oh, really? Me? Welcome. You're good. Good? Maybe we should gift her a broomstick, and when we see her flying in the stream, we have evidence. Hey, Fabian, I think you got plenty of evidence. No? Just stay in this community and you'll see things. No? I know I got too many to leave what I'm doing behind. I love how I stretched that sentence. Oh, Luke, what did you do? 42 messages deleted. Oh, emotes, they say. Oopsies. I often get the question if it is witchcraft that I'm doing, and all I can say is I intend to heal people, and the only thing I sacrifice that I know of and that I hope is time. So if that is witchcraft, then witchcraft is beautiful. I have no idea. It's like when I get questions if it's Christian or not. I think that's up to you. I know too little of Christianity to know for sure. I just know that I am who I am. And I do nothing that no one else can do, I think. I don't know. I'm curious and I'm trying to be respectful as well. Sometimes I do get carried away though, because I'm having so much fun. But I'm trying. My intention is to help others. Sorry, and I hope that it will stay that way. If not, I hope I have someone who will kick my ego's butt. You just put 3 detective emotes? You should be able to do that. Huh. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, Luke. Maybe we also should gift her an owl so she can get some messages from Hogwarts much faster than waiting for the mailman. But I'm too old for Hogwarts, no? I should have to be a teacher then. No? You're never too old for anything. I just went with a joke. An owl. I like owls. Beautiful. We had owls actually in our garden. Was it last year or the year before last? Beautiful cat owls. Ballad, hi, how you doing? It's a little bit, I will have to end in 10 minutes time, but I will stream tomorrow as well. I had a little, we had a little project, Ballad and I, to try it on stream, but it might be that we do that tomorrow, if you're here then, because I have to go in about 10 minutes or so. Or maybe we'll go to 1:15, maybe, we'll see. Good morning, my friends. How are you doing? You're late to the principal's office. Oh dear. Yeah, you're joining me in Hogwarts, Ballad. Oh, what colors do I want? Doing well, look better than normal, but oof, my goof. Sit early. I'm so sorry. On Tuesday, you said that you were gonna join and there was no stream. I'm so sorry for that. If you went up early to join. If you got up. But we might try the theory or the project out tomorrow if you join. My friend. Basically, we thought maybe we could look at the Akashic libraries or Akashic records together. You know, like I did the general reading, and maybe we can do that together and try it out. But I feel we also have to be very respectful, so we'll see what happens. But it was a little thing that Bo and I were talking about yesterday. It's not early anymore. And no need to apologize, I should be awake earlier anyhow. Oh. Please don't talk about a magic teacher. Oof, my goof. She's close friend of Professor Sarah. He's my favorite character of the Harry Potter series. Oof, my goof. I'm just thinking of Professor McGonagall when you say that. I don't know why. 7:53 a.m. Yeah, it is early. You guys always stick around. And it's so early for you. I don't know why I said stick around. The opposite. Or the same, but from the other direction. I don't know. I'm sorry, it's been a roller coaster like I said today. then tomorrow I'm gonna meet at the tax office, or the taxman, and see if I do how I do all right. How I do all right. My goodness me. Listen to me, I can't speak. I'm gonna meet with the taxman to see that I do this part of the business all right, because of you being all around the world. So it'll be a very interesting meeting. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. So I just feel like I'm doing right by everyone. So maybe it's Professor Peacock I will meet tomorrow. Maybe it's Hogwarts I'm going to. I don't know. Oh no, the taxman. Yes, but it's much better to ask now than having to apologize afterwards, right? It's just people. And it's better to ask them outright and show that we want to do right, instead of, being scared and hiding away and making it even worse. That's what I feel. So I'm looking forward to that meeting. And after that, I'm gonna stream. And hopefully continuously Fridays. So it will be Tuesday mornings and Thursday and Fridays afternoons, depending on, we're trying to increase, we're trying to spread the name for our local business. So we're trying to increase the number of clients coming here to the office. And so it might be that we will stream a little bit fewer times and sometime in between, if there will be clients coming here. Because if there is, then we will have a reason to, or we will be able to provide for us keeping this office, if we can have more clients coming here. As simple as that, really. And there might be that we stream less then, but for now it looks Tuesday, Thursday and Fridays. But we'll see what happens. And on Wednesdays I'm hoping to do these astral readings, and then see if I can find some time to do the videos and putting them out. Or I will just go through on stream. It's a type of video also, right? Also, for you who are joining from the United States, Tempest and I are people who enjoy being up during the night. So if we get to the point where we can stream from home, we will be able to also stream during the night for us, so during the day for you. And we'll be able to do both in the night and in the day, to do all sorts of streams. I could be doing more sculpting in general. I'm a little bit scared bringing things into the office, but at home I could just go wild and do Twitch things. I love to sing, and we can do that together in all sorts. And that is for every one of you, not just you joining from the United States, but also you from the United States, because there's so many of you. It might be easier if we stream during the day or night for us. But they said that they will come and fix the internet somewhere, sometime this year. Hopefully. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we're on the waiting list. Isn't that brilliant? Tara! Oh! Tara, I wanted to talk to you. Oh, you're here to collect taxes, or do you? You'll have to wait till tomorrow. Tara, I wanted to talk to you, and oh, I'm sorry, Itchy Colt. Good morning. How are you doing? I wanted to talk to you, Tara, because you joining the stream last time and talking about doing your meditative streams, that gave me some inspiration. So I wanted to talk to you. This stream seems super mellow and chill. I love it. Oh, thank you, Ichiko. Yeah, we're having a good time. We're having a good time, just enjoying our day together. Oh, thank you so much for following in, Ichiko. Welcome to the community. Feel free to join us on Discord as well, if you feel like it. I hope we can bring you some peace. So, Tara, you were talking about doing meditative streams, and that really inspired me. And I was going to ask you, because I have had guided meditation on stream. I've held them before, and I've had some channeled to me that are absolutely beautiful. And I was thinking of doing them proper. So I was thinking of doing proper videos for each of them. And then I had the inspiration, Bimbus and I were talking about, for the end of every stream, put a guided meditation in. So having them roll and having one each week, not a new one each week, but them looping one another, if that makes any sense. So it's one each week, and it loops around being the ones that we have and the new ones that would come in. But I felt I wanted to ask you if you would think this to be okay, since you wanted to do meditation, so you feel it to be okay if I did this, or if you would rather I did not, and we could maybe do something together for you instead on your stream also. I just wanted to get your approval or get your thoughts on the subject. Trying to get my connection stable, hardwired, and just stay and have a worse connection now. Lol. I think I'm going to move my computer to the living room and I'm to me. Okay. Yes. Great idea. For sure. Do it. It's a learning curve for me. I would love to be able to learn from you. This is all new to me. Okay. Beautiful. Then I would just get to do it. I would just have myself sit down and do these videos. But thank you, Tara, that it feels okay for you. And should you ever feel this, I'm not fine with it, let me know, okay? It's supposed to be a safe space for everyone involved. I need some peace in my life. Oh, Ichiko, I hope that this can find you some. That you can feel that it could be a safe space for you to just be you. I do energy readings and healing, and I do so here on stream, and I do so in private, depending on what you feel like. And I do some meditation sometimes, some healing, and sometimes we just sit and color or create some figurines out of glass pearls or just talk. And this is a beautiful community that you found your way into. So thank you so much for wanting to be here. And if you feel like joining us on Discord, there will be a little notification that it is for adult audiences. It will say that it's not safe for work, and that is Discord's way of saying it's for adult audiences. And this is because there is no nudity, there is no content that children shouldn't see. It's simply that our method is still evolving. We are still finding ways to trade the water or to move about the water. So we're testing the waters and we're evolving this together. And so we want it to feel safe and comfortable in us knowing properly what we do before opening up it also for children. But it's just a recommendation. So it's recommended that you're 18 years and older. But if you feel safe being under that, you're still very welcome. So I'm just going to say it will pop up, and this is the reason for it. I'm getting tingly, feel a bit of happiness already. Oh, I'm so happy, Chicos. I wonder if we should do a small healing for you. Just a tiny one. Yeah, okay. Hang on, guys. I will have to go soon. But I will do a tiny healing. For you, I want to use the amethyst, definitely. Okay. The citrus, maybe. Okay. Oh, and a marble. Okay. Okay. So I just want to do a short healing for you, and it's gonna be a simple one. But just send you some bubbles of joy, okay? Itchy cold. Okay. I'm not working with this energy is so beautiful. I'm not working with energy readings today, but I'm gonna send you some healing, okay? Let me see. It wants to be in the shape of a house today with a carpet, okay? No? Oh? It wants to be a cloud, okay? So there's dreams of a house with a carpet. Let's work with it, okay? Okay, I'm just gonna collect the energy. We'll see if I'll move through your frequency. No, I think I'm just gonna send it to you today, and then you can come back tomorrow maybe, or another time, and you will get I will do an astral projective healing for you as well. Today was simply gonna start the process a little, just sending some bubbles of joy. I'm just gonna put it into this beautiful cloud. Itchy goes. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Getting ready to send it off to you. And I send it now. Some time coming through. Hang on. Beautiful. Just some bubbles of joy today. But I will definitely do a astral projected healing for you at another time. But thank you for finding your way here, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. I take it you enjoy it, my friend. Thank you for letting me send it. It was just some bubbles. We all need some bubbles sometimes. Right? No worries. Peggy Grace, you got a question for me? Of course. More of asking for advice than a question. Okay, go on. Go on, my friend. You feel your stomach. I need something to eat. Go get something to eat. I will probably end the stream very soon. Because I have a fun meeting afterwards. Or past. So we'll probably end it very soon. But it's been a beautiful one today. I've been a little bit weird, and I apologize. But the energy today, the healing energies has become so prominent. No, That's not the word, but they really do feel different since the one I did a couple of days back. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It literally feels like a wave. Beautiful. That's what I saw as well. It got a little bit of some hindrance on the way, but then it came as a calm way. And up in your head thinking, oh! It's beautiful. When that was your weird side, how lovely can your normal side be, Sarah? Oh, it's human. It's human. It's just human. I can be very difficult, don't you worry. I'm just as anyone else. But also not because I'm me. And there's just one me. But we're all different in our beautiful ways. That's why you get ASAP when I see you on. Oh, thank you, Ichikold. It means a lot to me. I love doing this. And I look forward to seeing you back. And I hope you can get some peace and tranquility and some fun. We need some fun in our lives. Pegacrice, you had a question for me. You're gonna need to teach me how that works. I am hoping to build a network with all different sorts of healers, and I'm hoping to do some teaching and some learning and sharing experiences. I would love to do that. And my alarm's set for tomorrow morning, so I'm on time. Okay, Babette, then we're gonna have some fun. I felt relief. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That goes straight into my heart, my friend. Are you streaming tomorrow? Yes, I'm streaming tomorrow, same time. I'm hoping to stream 9 hours a week. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. But we'll see. Ah! Here's Pegacrice. The other person who I've been working together and doing shadow work and emotional healing on this last month through flowers, essences, and reprogramming in my mind, and with everything that's going, now been feeling hesitant if I should continue with her, and if I'm being a bit reckless with stopping having sessions with her, or all the healing she had to help me to do is done, and this is just my gut telling me about that. Oh, Ichiko, I start at 1 p.m. GMT +1. So, is that... For reference, it's 3 p.m. approximately, or it's 3:14 p.m. GMT +1 now. Oh, very early, Luke. I'm sorry. You know time zones. Good. I just want to give a reference point. Not everyone knows. I don't know. It's 9:14 now. What a difference. Yeah. It really is. 6 hours ahead. Don't know when you appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so Pegacrice. You know what I'm gonna say, don't you? And I feel you already worked it out yourself. I do feel, however, that there is something Shadow work, emotional healing, flower essence, regrounding my mind and everything is good. I wonder, you know what I'm gonna say, Becca Christ, that I've said to you always. Military guy, I spend time overseas. I understand. You know the sense. Yes, thank you for your service. Oh, I'm gonna have. Oh, I really want to work with you, Ichikot. We'll see what we'll find. I hope you enjoy your stay anyway. But, Pegagrice, you know what I'm gonna say to you. It's time to drop it. And what I do feel, because I'm looking through with these flower essences, and I still feel about the rocks that I usually talk to you about, and about, I'm gonna ask, hang on. No. Okay. No, the answer is as you expected it to be. I really think it's time you find your own strength now and use us as inspiration. But just that. We're here whenever you need someone to talk to, but it's time for you to find your own way. And you know this, and this was the answer that you were looking for as well and expecting. So I'm sorry, but I really feel that to be true. I agree things take its time to heal, but I don't want to spend, let's say, 2 or 3 years doing this. No. Do my job. You don't have to thank me. Like investing more time than I should. Did it for everyone in my country. Yeah. And you also did it for yourself, Ichikot, in a very... I'm getting a lot of information now coming. But we can talk about it tomorrow, definitely. Or at another time, because I have to get ready for the meeting now. But Ichiko, what you did was really a journey that was so important for you in so many ways. And I thank you for have done it, for your experience that you could give yourself. But it had, boy, it's not been easy. But it was an important one. There's lots coming through now. Maryland could live in Florida. A year in Illinois. It feels directly connected to your father. Yeah, I will get ready. Thank you so much for this beautiful stream. I'm sorry, Chico. We really, I would love to do an astral projective healing for you and hear your stories. Meet your energy. I would love to. Oh, and Tara, thank you so much. I don't want to end, you know? Oh, you joined the server. Welcome. No, I'm even more excited for tomorrow's stream. Yeah, me too. It's gonna be great. I don't want to end, guys. Tara's everywhere. Yay! I love it. Hopefully we'll see her here on Twitch as well as a streamer. Take care, guys, and thank you for a beautiful stream. And I hope to see you again and join our community. Join us on Discord if you feel like it. It's the best way of reaching all of us. And I'll be back tomorrow when I've been to the taxman. Take care, guys. Have a lovely day and night and whatever time zone you're in. Take care. Bubbles of joy to you all. Take care, guys. Bye. All the love. I'm just gonna find the right scene. Hang on. There it is. Bye, guys. See you soon.